The objective of this video is to help you understand the basics of ERP applications. ERP applications are used to manage various resources of a company. A few examples are JD Edwards, PeopleSoft Enterprise, Siebel, and SAP. And SAP is the market leader. SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. Why we should use ERP? Let me explain this to you in a very simple way. Think of a few resources we use at home. Cash in hand, cash in bank, personal investments, gas in tank, vehicles, accounts payable, accounts receivable, bonds and stocks, food storage, etc. We are able to manage all these resources without a need for any application. Similarly, an enterprise has resources, assets, accounts receivable, accounts payable, human resources, contacts, materials, and so on. And we cannot manage these resources without using various applications. We can either use different applications to manage these resources, or we can use a single application to manage all these resources. In the first case, these resources can be managed individually using applications like ACPAC, QuickBooks, Simply Accounting to manage accounting, maybe ACPAC HR to manage human resources, or maybe contact management can be done by Maximizer or ACT, or we can use spreadsheet or crystal reports for reporting purposes. So in this scenario, we are using multiple applications to manage different resources of an organization. With different applications running, the department can operate freely. That is good, but their activities will not be linked. A user will not have instant access to information from another department without getting into that department's application. In case the management or a user needs an overall report for all activities, how about running one application to manage all departments? Let's use a simple analogy to explain the advantage of using a single application in a company. Octopus, the smartest invertebrate. Octopus is equipped with 8 arms populated with 66% of the neurons. So the arms are populated with neurons and they work freely, independently, without much control from the brain. They are used for locomotion, hugging, analyzing the environment, searching for food, swimming, etc. So these are like different, I'm comparing this to different resources of an organization. The arms are resources for this mollusk. So likewise, in a company we have accounting, customer services, production planning, sales and distribution, material management, human resources, and so on. So I can use individual application to manage these resources. So accounting can function on its own, and using a particular application. HR can function on its own. ST can function on its own. But if I want to integrate all of them and get some reports, or if I want a better customer service, have it running several applications to various functions, it's not a good way. And if I want a report, I have to integrate all of them and then produce my report. So it needs expertise in various applications. I need to know how to integrate them. So I have to spend time. Maybe my report will be not up to date, maybe a little obsolete. So it's better that all activities of an organization is like coordinated with each other, so that the management can get one view of the organization. So to achieve this, I have to use one application to manage all these activities of an organization. That type of application which can manage all the activities of an organization, or almost all the activities of an organization, is called an ERP application. So ERP application has many benefits. The modules are integrated, they are communicating with each other. So the resources like my accounting department and my sales department, they can communicate through one application, complete visibility between departments, unified single reporting, because I can get information from all the resources, all the departments and create the report. Easy order tracking, revenue tracking, inventory tracking, sales forecasting. And also it reduces redundant data entry. I enter data only through one module. Improve customer satisfaction as well. If a salesperson wants to meet a customer, before meeting the customer, the salesperson will have some information about the customer, what happened recently, so that the salesperson can talk to the customer in appropriate way. And also anybody can get a consolidated picture of all sales, inventory, receivables, and etc. This type of ERP system should also have easy access. We should be able to access the ERP system very easily using a browser or using a GUI. We should be able to do good performance monitoring so that the user can access easily. And also anybody should not access all the resources. So we should have proper user access control. We should also be able to store the database and also do backup. An SAP ERP system will have minimum 3 different components or 3 different layers. The first layer is called presentation layer, and then we have application layer, and then we have database layer. In between we may have internet layer if you are logging in from somewhere else. So in the presentation layer, a user can log in. He can use SAP GUI or he can use browser. So when he logs in or when she logs in, he can transfer information. The information can go from the user to the application layer where the applications are running, or the user can get information from the application layer. At the same time, user can save the information here or get information from here. So we need database layer. The database stores all the information about the user and the things he is working on or she is working on. So these are the 3 layers: presentation layer, application layer, and the database layer. So when you log in into SAP system, we will get a screen, easy access menu, where we can access various components or various resources or various department information. To log in using SAP GUI, I have to have details of the SAP system entered in the SAP GUI after it is installed in a workstation or in a notebook. So I'll add a new entry, and in that entry I will give the application server name or IP address, instance number, system ID, and also if the server is not in the same network, I will give the router string as well. If it is in the same network, we don't have to. Then I press OK. Then I get a new entry. I double click on the entry. When I double click on the entry, I will be having access to a login screen where I can give the username and password, and I can select a language I want to use. If the language is installed, then it will come up with the information, the characters will show in that language. The client is a business entity, so I have to make sure that I am logging into the right client, because if I am created an account in client 001, I cannot log in into client 005 maybe. So I have to make sure I log into the right client. Then I will be authenticated into the system. Then I will get a screen like this, which is called SAP Easy Access menu, where I can have access to various applications, various modules. So these are components of SAP application itself. So these components like accounting department information, human resources information, logistics, I can go to material management, sales and distribution, and so on. If I am an administrator, or if I am a security administrator or system administrator, or I am a ABAP programmer, I use the menu tools. So I can work in this area and achieve what I want to achieve. I can also use the command line here. This is the place where I can enter commands called T codes, and I can achieve what I can achieve here as well. So this is a shortcut for me to go to various menus. So as an end user, I can log into the system, then I got a easy access menu, then I had various modules running in SAP application. So if when I go to the accounting module, I will get information about accounting department. So they have general ledger, account receivable, accounts payable, and so on. But as soon as I install SAP in my company, I cannot start using that. Since SAP has multiple applications, multiple components, all components has to be configured to work in the right way for that particular company. So a consultant has to log in through the back end. For example, a finance consultant has to log in through the back end and create company code, create chart of accounts, assign chart of accounts to company code, assign company code to companies, and so on, if they have multiple companies. So there are two types of users. The front-end users use the system as it is given. The consultants will configure the system. So I may have different consultants working in a company. Maybe finance consultant, MM consultant, ST consultant, and so on. When time passes, more and more systems will be added to the system landscape. A landscape is made up of multiple SAP systems. So one day the management may want to have a report which involves data from all these different servers. They may be ERP systems, or maybe they are customer relationship management systems, supply chain management systems, advanced planning and optimization systems, human capital management systems. Like that, various systems we have. And we may have non-SAP systems as well. So for the management to get the report, they have to extract the data from all these systems into a common database. Then they will build models from where they can create reports. So they use business intelligence server to create models. They can also use HANA database. Using HANA Studio, they can create models. Then they use business objects mainly, or crystal reports to create reports. So there are certain websites you should visit to get more information. One is sap.com, other one is help.sap.com, scn.sap.com, uwinpro.com. Thank you for watching. You can watch more videos at this site, and also you can answer quizzes related to these videos. If you want to register for a course, you can visit this site, or you can call us here using this number. Thank you once again.